Hello, Sarah Moore with Sarah Moore Health. Okay, so this is episode 13, I believe. No interview this week. You get just me, but I wanted to touch on the topic. I've been talking about in the blog and newsletter and even my Facebook Live videos. I've tried to do some really green recipes, but I'm talking about greens in spring, and obviously it's a time of renewal. If you're religious, you know about that piece that goes along with Christianity, but also just in general. We see things growing again. Things died off in the winter, if you have those seasons that you get to experience where you live, and then we have this new growth. And just by design of our wonderful universe, our body wants to start replenishing and regrowing again too. We eat differently in the spring and summer than we do in the winter. You're not typically wanting smoothies and green juice and sorbets and cold stuff in the winter, right? We want more nourishing, heavier root vegetable type food, soups and stews and that kind of a thing, right? So that's just a simple way to look at how your body's going to change during those times. But what also happens is that we get this urge to want to clean out closets, clean out our cars, clean out our clothes. We want to refresh, but our bodies are saying also, we want to clean out too. So what most people typically do, because we're busy and we're on the go and we want a quick fix, just like when it comes to weight loss, is they buy a cleanse kit or they buy a liver detoxer because they read, how sluggish our liver gets and how much we need to clean out our liver. And it's our gatekeeper. It's like the filter in your home or in your car. It's trying to catch everything bad that you've been putting in it. And then the things that you didn't get to choose, like the environmental things that you're breathing in all the time. Okay, so what you do is you buy this box and you take all these little supplements designed to make you crap your brains out and all these different herbs that are going to push stuff out of your system. But guess what's not happening for you? You're not actually crapping your brains out and you're not actually pooping at all, maybe once or twice a week. And if that's not you and you are going to the bathroom regularly, you're going to say, well, whatever, Sarah, there's no way somebody only poops once or twice a week. Come sit in my office, be a fly on the wall, and I will blow your mind, okay? So what happens when you take these herbs or you juice cleanse or you do all these things and all of that stuff's doing its work? It's getting that stuff out of your bloodstream, and then say you're even losing weight during that time and that fat you've been holding on to has been dumping toxicity into your body, and you're not pooping. So where's it going? It just does not magically disappear into our body. So it cleanses, it goes into our gut, and our gut says by design, hey, we got to take this out, take the trash out, like get it out of you. Well, you're not going. So what ends up being stored there in your gut goes back into your bloodstream, okay? So you essentially did this hardcore dumping, which, not to mention, if you're a very toxic person and you start hardcore dumping stuff with herbs, your liver is again being like, what the F? Like, I can't take all of this. So then it almost becomes somewhat damaging to your liver while you're doing it, because it's like taking that filter and just going all this stuff, and it can't process it. So at that same time, if it's a really good cleanse, and there are really good ones out there, it's also offering you certain herbs that are protecting the liver during that detox time, so your liver doesn't become overly compromised, okay? So let's get back to the point of pooping, because I talk about that a lot. So I'll propose it like this, okay? So if you have a trash can in your house and you're not taking that trash out every Friday or whenever your guy comes to the curb or whatever, and say it's a big trash can, so every time you open up the lid, you have this odor that comes out, right? And the things at the bottom that were in the trash can first are the things that are starting to get gooey and mushy, and they're probably stinking the most, right? And then by design, everything tops up, So it starts seeping out nasty gas. So if we think of our body, we start getting body odor, bad breath. You start having gas and burping that stinks. And our body, again, is so cool. It's saying, hey, I gotta get this stuff out. This stuff's not supposed to be in here. And your trash can is so full. And what are you gonna do about it? Okay? So if that is you taking a liver detox, just one little pill, or you're doing this big intense cleanse and you're not going to the bathroom 3, 4, 5 times a day. And this isn't like explosive, oh my gosh, I'm going to blow out diarrhea. I mean, these are like the body saying, okay, you're ready to get stuff out. Let's go to the bathroom. Let's get it out. Now, some of it could be diarrhea or soft or even black or tar or, kind of just not what you're used to. But that's good because that means it's probably getting some deeper stuff. That means it's working. But if you're not getting those things out, what are you going to do? Does it mean don't cleanse? That just means find some other ways, because our colon is a muscle. So if you're not working your muscle, just like the gym, if you take a couple weeks off at the gym, you don't go back to the gym with that same strength that you ended with when you stopped. You go back and you start working out and you get sore because your muscles say, gosh, you haven't worked me for 2 weeks. I feel what you just did to me. So our colon, when it hasn't been working for a while and doing that natural peristaltic action to kick in, it needs to be exercised. And so that's where you're going to do some things like enemas at home. You find a colon hydrotherapist, someone that's actually going to be able to put warm filtered water in there and start hydrating your body and your bowels and start moving that stuff out. You start doing different types of exercises that can be focused on the digestion. There's behind me, I have a mini trampoline. I have a chi machine that can help move things. You go to a chiropractor and get adjusted, because if you typically have been pooping a lot and then that's slowed down or stopped, it could mean that your spine is just out of line. Maybe you tweaked it. Maybe you're sitting on your bottom all day long at work and in your car, and that your hips need adjusted, because it's all connected. Maybe you go to your massage therapist and they really start working in there on your abs, and it won't be comfortable. It will not be comfortable, but it gets things moving out. You could have a good yoga practice or a hot yoga practice and talk to your teacher and say, hey, I'm having some intestinal issues. What are some movements and some stretches I can do to work on that? Okay. But usually at that point, it needs to be a collective effort of a lot of things working on it, because our body, it is super smart, but when it gets to that place and it's not doing its desired goal of taking things out, there's more things under the surface than, oh, I'm just not pooping. Okay. Now the other piece, which I always talk about, is the emotional side of things. Some people are just not going to the bathroom because they're depressed or have anxiety or something like that. So those are things that you need to be taking care of. Why? What's going on? Did a major life change just happen? Did I change a job? Do I have a breakup? Is there death in my family? What is going on with me psychologically? Because they're the same. I had a gut feeling or trusted my gut instinct. It's not just a funny saying. I mean, they're connected. They have a lot of the same properties. Our immune system is around our gut. Our serotonin is around our gut. So they are. So, again, that's a lot of information to go back to the main point of this. If you are doing a cleanse or doing some sort of liver cleanse or some sort of pill, and you're not pooping multiple times a day, you're really not helping yourself, okay? So, obviously, I believe in colonics. I've been giving them and doing them for 10, 11 years now. I believe in them, and it's not an invasive, it's not hardcore, it's not flushing your colon out with water like a garden hose up your butt. I mean, if you're hearing that stuff, it's from someone who hasn't really gone and done it or talked to someone like me. It's just kind of their way of saying, I'm too scared to do it, so I'm going to make up funny things to say about it because I'm nervous or scared. And that's okay if you don't believe in it, but this is for real. So the other thing that you need to be doing too is sweating, okay? That just means go walk outside when it's hot. Go get in a really hot bath or a steam shower. I'm going to lift up the computer right here. Sit in something like this, which is an infrared sauna, which I have in my office. Do the things, because our skin is our largest organ also, and it's constantly wanting to get things out through our pores. And if you're at that place where you're manifested skin issues, psoriasis and eczema, and maybe even yeast or dry spots on your skin, that's a sign your body's saying, hey, I got all this stuff inside. I got to get it out. So I'm going to get it out for you on your skin. Okay? I feel like I've been kind of heavy and I need to be more positive in this. But the positive part is that there's so many ways to reverse, correct, be more preventative that aren't costing you thousands of dollars that aren't doing some crazy, crazy stuff, okay? Food, what you put in your mouth every single day can be improved. You can sit there logically without me pointing my finger at you and look at whatever you're eating at that moment or just ate and said, how does this serve my body? Could I have made a better choice that actually does something for me? You know, or you might just simply have said, well, that was pleasure and it tasted really good. It was my favorite restaurant and I'm going with it. That's fine. But reality is going to set in at some point that if you're not reaching your body goals, if you're sick, you're getting immune compromised stuff, like it's allergy season right now, and everybody's freaking out about it. Well, where do you think that's coming from? Okay? Don't suffer with it. Don't do that to yourself. You don't need a Facebook post to whine about your allergies. Why not have a Facebook post that says how happy you are, how grateful you are that it is pollen season and you're not sneezing, okay? So start looking at things that way. Secondly, just go outside when it's hot. Put your feet in the earth. Get connected. Chill out. Take deep breaths, meditate, go hang out with a positive friend. All of those things that, even if it's not food or it's not getting a colonic or stuff that make you happy, when you're happy, your body inside wakes up and it gets happy and it starts performing better for you. We all know that negative person that tends to get sick a lot because guess what? They're negative, and that negativity breeds just junk and illness and manifest funny things. So, but educate yourself, okay? And I know that can be difficult too, because now that we have the internet and everything out there, you have one person telling you this, you just watch me tell you this, and then you'll go find someone else that says something different. But again, go back to that gut. What truly makes sense? I'm not here trying to sell you a product. I'm not here trying to convince you to click below and buy my cleanse. I'm just telling you, if you're not pooping and you're doing a cleanse or something like that, it's not serving your body correctly, okay? So trust your gut. Get real with yourself. If you're staring at, if it's the morning and you're staring at that chicken biscuit you just got through the drive-thru, don't convince yourself that, I was in a hurry and I just had to eat something and I don't care. If you don't care, then don't care about being constipated. If it's lunchtime and you just went and you had chips and cheese and a burger and absolutely no vegetable, okay? If it's dinner and you went and ate, I don't know, junk for dinner, again, if you don't care, don't watch this video, okay? Well, you're at the end, so you have watched it. But if you do care, then look at that and say, okay, I ate this today. How can I make a better choice tomorrow? Or my next meal actually have something that my body wants. Not just my mind and my mouth, my body wants, okay? And it can be that simple. Go out, find happiness, find joy, get around people that uplift you, not bring you down. Good thing I think about is be with the people that are part of your future, not part of your past, okay? And again, take care of that gut. Put some good stuff in it, probiotics, cultured vegetables, kefirs, and just love yourself, because that goes a long way too, okay? Have an awesome day. Thanks, guys.